This is William Hall with Resist the Mainstream. Before we jump into today's video, just remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so that you get notified when our videos go live. So let's go ahead and jump right into this story here. So long-time Democrat as well announces retirement after 25 years. So this is California's seasoned congressional representative, Grace Napolitano. Now, she has been in office for 25 years at this point and retiring here at the age of 86 years old. The real story here is really the fact that she's been here for an extremely long period of time. She joins a list of many other people that are well over the age of 80 or 80 years or older in general that have just been constantly there. And she was one of the people that was actually brought up oftentimes because we needed some kind of term limit. She was a perfect example of somebody that is extremely old. I mean, this lady's almost 90 years old, would just refuse to just leave, right? But yet she's here and she's been there this whole time, and then finally she's retiring. What the news isn't here is that this doesn't really mean anything for this district. They're just going to bring in another Democrat, as we already can predict. We already know what's going on here. The way this has been is always been this way for this particular district. But she did say in a statement, "Thank you all so much for being here in this great honor." She said, "My focus has always been on representing my district first, state second, and nation third. We will still have a year and a half more of work to do, and I will still give 110% every day fighting for the San Gabriel Valley in the United States Congress. So thank you all." And she goes on from there. But basically the idea here is that she's been here a very, very long time, and is finally moving on, finally retiring, stepping down. But like I said, they're just going to bring in some other Democrat to basically fill in where she was before. It's not going to really change anything in that sense, because this 31st district here, although obviously heading into the 2024 election, last time in 2022 saw her securing basically 60% of the vote. So there's not going to be a major conservative presence that's going to randomly show up there in this area. This was actually one of the districts that was redrawn during the political landscape, so it basically heavily favors Democrats, which is kind of the way that they've always done this. Now, Joe Biden also secured a 31-point victory here in 2020. So once again, this isn't going to change anything for this district specifically, but it does bring up the discussion of how these people are basically staying in office for so long. I mean, they're staying there till they're 90 years old. We actually have kind of an account of this. So you have Joe Biden obviously being well over, now he's over 80 years old. Pelosi's over 80. Chuck Schumer's over 70. Maxine Waters over 82. You have McConnell over 80. Her now 86. Several other people as well that are just basically sitting here that have been well over 86 years old, around that mark, and yet for some reason have just been in office for the longest period of time. No one's willing to get rid of them. And so really she's been one of the bigger names brought up for these term limits. Now, she was a senior figure in the House. Napolitano's shaped different things dealing with natural resources, transportation infrastructure, all that kind of goes on and on. But she said basically when I came here in 1999, there were 18 members of the Hispanic caucus. So she really kind of is focused before, at least, on the Hispanic community, Latinos, things like that. But really, she hasn't affected much. If you really look at her district, there hasn't been any specific positive impact that we can really account for. There was Jack Posobiec was actually reporting a couple of years ago where there was a lot of crime still in the area, right, in her district, as a result of that. So I don't think that she is making any major differences before in this district. It's still a Democrat-run district, and like all Democrat-run districts, they still have all this crime and everything else, just like anywhere else for at least for their districts. It's pretty standard there. But she implemented, or she, with her retirement that's coming up here, she's adding to a list of a bunch of different Democrats that are also basically bidding adieu to the House as a result. So she's joining California colleagues Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, and Barbara Lee as well, vacating their seats in pursuit of the Senate as well. So that's pretty much the main part of the story, but she is someone that's been here a while. She's continued to kind of be a part of this, and really what we don't want to see is another person that steps in that basically, first of all, is a Democrat, but also, of course, is somebody that's going to be there for 30, 40 years and just basically live in this district until they're effectively 90 years old and unable to do anything. She's a great example of why we need term limits, and there are many others that follow suit with that, including Joe Biden right now, of course. And just these people are too old oftentimes to be dealing with these situations and in these districts, especially these very heavily Democrat-run areas. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. What are your thoughts on her, what she's done, this district? Do you think that what the term limits are something that we need to implement? And how long do you think those term limits need to be? What are your thoughts? Let us know down below in that situation. But thank you for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.